Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Thanks for stopping by. Enjoyable music, always up and upbeat. It's good theme music, Gary.
I like it.
Yeah, I do too. And we like you. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it very much. You make this show happen. Full stop, 100%. No audience, no show. Lest we forget. So the weekend gone by, and people relax and enjoy themselves and find ways to cope with, the week worth of work and kids and this and that and all that. And what is one of the primary ways by which people relax? What do you think? They drink alcohol. It is so integrated. We just take it for granted. It's so integrated, synthesized into the culture. It is so ritualized, marketed. I mean, we could go on and on about it. And of course, it makes its way into health and alcohol abuse and all the statistics. I'll share some of that with you. The burden of people suffering from alcoholism. Something about, and it's universal, the consumption of alcohol. Humans have figured out how to entertain themselves in some sort of altered state, no matter how they made it. Now, Gary, you come from a place where, up in the mountains there, in Kentucky, and movies have been made about it, and the stories are intriguing. Not only the bootlegging, but the moonshine. Mm-hmm. You recently had some moonshine.
Yes, we went up to North Carolina, and I got some, and apple pie flavored. They make it in flavors now.
I've never had it. What's it? Is it when you drink it? You have to sit down or what?
No, it was smooth. It was real smooth. It was
smooth.
Yeah.
But the stuff that they were making in the hills, with the stills,
sour mash. Yeah.
That had to be brutal. And they sold it like
yeah, they only distilled it one time.
Well, it is intriguing. All the stories, all the it even gets romanticized. And I bring it up because in the world of health, there's been this back and forth about alcohol and does it contribute to health or does it undermine health? Or is it someplace in between? And it goes back and forth all the time. And I try to make sense of it. And it's hard to give a perspective because one study comes out and says, consuming alcohol up to a certain point is very good for cardiovascular health. Other studies I reported not long ago that said not even one drink, not one. Maybe we can find that study. I'll go back and we'll see if I can find it. I'm not making it up. I mean, zero alcohol consumption based on their research, those investigators. A new study's out, again, challenging the health benefits of even moderate drinking.
Okay, I had this discussion earlier, and it was being at my age and going out and like going to a club or
and drinking,
and the next day feeling miserable.
Doesn't make any sense, does it?
No.
It's escape, and people. I mean, we try to. How many books have been written? Articles have been written. Studies that have been done surrounding alcohol. Tens of thousands. Right? And we have this relationship with alcohol that is both good, bad, wonderful, ugly. I mean, it's a lot of things. My God, the priest, even during Mass, I remember as a boy, as an altar boy, we would sneak the wine. It's integrated in every sense, and I'm not opposed to it. You know, I just bring it up because of the health reasons. And this new study, it was interesting how it came out of CBS, and they said it might just be enough to kill your buzz. a new study, they said a new study challenges the idea that a drink or two a day could actually be good for you. The study was conducted of all places, China, and the researchers discovered that moderate drinking slightly raised the risk of stroke and high blood pressure. Slightly. They could not determine or figure out, they said, whether small amounts of alcohol might also increase the chances of a heart attack. Those people in the study who had a drink or two a day, let me back that up. People who drank a two a day have long been thought to have a lower risk of stroke and heart problems. I just alluded to that compared to non-drinkers. But in this study, the scientists were not sure if that was because the alcohol was beneficial or if people who didn't drink, had other kinds of health issues. So, Dr. Richard Peto of the University of Oxford, one of the senior authors on the study, said, the claims that alcohol has some magical protective fix has no particularly serious scientific basis. Well, you know, Dr. Peto, let me say this to you. Human nature being what it is, and I'm trained as a social scientist, and I'm just telling you, sir, that humans will rationalize, figure out, compensate for what, if to drink or whatever other ways they want to entertain themselves. I've heard people say to me, you know what, I smoke reefer because it's better than drinking alcohol. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, I don't know. It's just people who have a drink or two a day. I don't know. It's no big deal. You would think, right? The study was published in The Lancet. It came out late last week. I didn't get a chance to get to it. And Dr. Peto said that their findings should apply to other populations beyond China and to any alcoholic drinks like beer or wine. He said, even though the study participants mostly drank spirits. What are spirits, like whiskey and stuff like that?
Yes.
This particular research comes right behind a previous study back in 2018 that I reported on, also published in The Lancet, and it took a look at data on 28 million people worldwide, and in that study, they figured out or determined that the harms of drinking far outweighed any potential health benefits. I could sit here until, end of days and try to tell people why they shouldn't drink. That giant click you'll hear will be people changing the station. They don't want to hear it. And I get it. A full stop, 100%, I get it. So what do we do about that? Come back, I'll share. The statistics on alcohol consumption are startling, honestly. And many lives have been ruined because of alcohol. And there are genetic components, environmental components, right? Our relationship with alcohol, my gosh, we'll be back. welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Get connected to the show.
You can reach us at 877-897-8255. That's 877-897-TALK. Or you can email Dr. Garko at drgarko@letstalknutrition.com. Follow us, like us, and share us on Facebook at Let's Talk Nutrition, on the Instagram at Let's Talk Nutrition, and subscribe to our YouTube channel where we have over almost 65,000 views now, Doc.
That's great.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's good. So if I said 1 million, you would say you're out of your mind.
No.
You're going to say neither you nor I can live that long?
No, I think it could happen.
We'll talk about that. By the way, we had a good reaction to Dr. Kenner being on the show this past Friday, talking about, generally we focused on happiness of all things. She's a relationship expert and a happiness expert. There's a whole science of different lines of research taking a look at happiness because it's so important to people. Some people try to find happiness in a bottle, right?
My dad did.
I know he did.
My dad, we were just talking about this on a break about addictive personalities. And if they're...
Your dad, you watched that growing up, huh?
I can't remember driving in a car with my father and him not having a beer between his legs and a little cooler up front with him.
Bush? What did he drink?
PBR, Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Wow.
I can remember. I can remember what he drank. I mean,
he struggled with alcohol, didn't he?
Yeah, and he didn't drink liquor, spirits, whatever you want to call it. He drank beer, and the only reason why we had breakfast on Sunday mornings is so he could start drinking after breakfast
and go to the track with the race cars.
That's it.
Yeah, and I know many of you may even struggle with alcohol. Some of you maybe, rather not many, but some, and maybe know family members and friends who struggle with alcohol. It is, whether we like it or not, it is a main, or some would even say an important part of the culture, not only in this country, but across the globe. And always has been part of the evolution of society, the evolution of culture. We talk about the evolution, biological evolution, but cultures, you should read the literature on the evolution of cultures and how that happens. And it is something that we understand. We use it for our entertainment, but it has destroyed more than a few lives. In different ways, health-wise, financially, relationally, spiritually. It is, and people say, well, it's moderation. You got to practice moderation. Some would take the position with alcohol that moderation kills. There's a new study out. I'll get back to it in a second, but I don't know if you remember, but I reported on a study that said any amount of drinking is bad for you. Now, my reporting on this should not be interpreted to mean that I'm advocating for this. I'm just reporting. Here, let me get this out of the way. My view about this on alcohol consumption is this. That's a choice people have to make. And you should not try to, you can educate people about alcohol, the dangers of overconsuming. I get all that. But if you're going to try to prohibit it, that experiment didn't work, as we well know in this country. That's a mistake. And I think I think that notwithstanding the science and what we know about the effects of alcohol, I think people should be able to drink and to whatever level. That's a choice they got to make. And if you have a drink or two, some people would reason if you have a drink or two during the week, not necessarily a day, but some would say even a day, if that's going to kill me, then okay. And I get that as well. So I'm pretty liberal about this. I mean, I'm reporting that study that said no amount, it concluded literally no amount of alcohol was safe for overall health. Now that flew in the face. That was back earlier this year, it was in 2018. I reported on that.
August of 2018, I sent it to you.
August 24th, as a matter of fact. And for years, public health experts and officials have said that while no one should pick up drinking in search of a better health, moderate drinking, which was defined, has been operationalized as up to a drink per day for women and up to 2 a day for men, probably won't hurt anybody. That's been sort of the stance of many public health institutions. In fact, this standard was written into the dietary guidelines for Americans published by our government and is supported by the American Heart Association and American Cancer Society. So, but the paper, again, was the Lancet. Really is amazing journal. That study was published in the Lancet. And Dr. Emanuela Garrido said, quote, "The evidence is adding up that no amount of drinking is safe. I don't think we're going out on a limb to say anything that the data do not support," close quote. Now, that's a researcher that believes in the data. Now, what they did was they did a meta-analysis of 700 existing studies on global drinking prevalence and nearly 600 studies on alcohol and health, and they found that alcohol was the 7th leading risk factor for premature death worldwide. Wow. I'm just saying. Here's a toast. To your health, they say, when they make the toast. twitch around here. Gary often reminds me that I will beat the mainstream media to the punch on some of these stories days ahead of time. Isn't that true?
Yes. Yeah. You've done it. You've done one that was 6 days ahead of main media. We talked about it.
And you just have to have an eye for that, I guess. I don't know. You have to figure out, will this emerge and will it become important? So I've been lucky. Every squirrel gets an acorn once in a while. As you know, if you listen to this show, I report on food recalls. People might say, well, why would he even waste his time? Because, let me tell you why. I'm not wasting my time. It affects every single person listening or watching this show, wherever they are here in this country, or somewhere else for that matter. We make all kinds of assumptions about food safety. All kinds of assumptions. One, that the food is generally safe. That's true, up to an extent. But don't tell that to the people that get salmonella, one bacterial infection after another from eating tainted food. Well, I feel a little vindicated. CBS News. Okay. That's not some operation, out of somebody's basement. Mm. They did a story on America's surprising food recalls. And they provided a list of some of the hits on every one I reported. They started off with the avocado recall, which has just been recent. They're pulling the avocados back because the avocados are unfit to consume. Then they said that a recent report by the watchdog Public Interest Research Group found that U.S. food recalls increased 10% from 2013 to 2018. The recalls have affected not just the usual suspects, pork and beef and poultry, but also the fruits and vegetables and even beer and breakfast cereal. Nothing is safe, apparently. Avocados are now on the list of surprising food recalls. Okay, now, do you remember this one? Kellogg's Honey Smacks. That was in June of 2018. I reported on it. That breakfast cereal was recalled. Yeah. Okay, let's take another look back. Twinkies. Oh my God, is nothing protected. Hostess white peppermint Twinkies were recalled in 2017. I reported on that. It was salmonella tainted milk powder. Okay. Then there was, nothing is sacred, Duncan Hines cake mix. I reported on that. That was, what year was that? 2018. That was in 2018 as well. What was the tested positive for salmonella? Then there was Boston Market. Their boneless pork rib. I just recently reported on it back in February. They recalled 175,000 pounds of Boston Market branded frozen boneless pork ribs or entrees. Then there was Taco Bell cheese dip recall, 2018. Then there was Tyson chicken nuggets recall back in January. That's where they recalled 36,000 pounds of chicken nuggets. And then there was Tyson chicken strips recall. Boy, Tyson, they better clean up that place. They had 60,000 pounds of frozen chicken strips. Then there was the Hy-Vee cheesecake recall, 2019. Then, do you recall even Spam? I thought Spam was immune from any of these things. They recalled 223,000 pounds of two varieties of Hormel canned meats. Spam. What is Spam?
It's like a ham processed product that goes into a can.
I know the can.
Same thing, yeah.
I remember that product has been around since forever.
You've met Devin, my nephew. He
Yes.
lives in Hawaii now. They eat a lot of Spam in Hawaii. Spam and eggs.
As a matter of fact, now that you mention it, that's a delicacy there.
Yeah.
This
Spam and eggs.
Spam and eggs. Do you remember McDonald's had a salad recall in 2018 that I reported on? Bluebell ice cream. Oh, man, I remember that. That was a while back. That was in 2015. Gosh, that was so upsetting. That company really took a hit. 8 million, are you ready for this? 8 million gallons of ice cream and other frozen treats. It was a listeria, and they went hysteria on listeria outbreak. Then there was the Beech Nut baby food recall.
Mm-hmm.
That was in 2015 as well. Petridge Farm goldfish crackers. Remember that? I reported on that.
Yep.
Then there was Ritz Crackers recall in 2018. Then Flour Foods Swiss Rolls recall. You know those, it's a roll, I can't even describe it. Not important. Market side green bean recall. Even the green beans got pulled. Then there was Jimmy Dean. I remember this. Jimmy Dean sausage recall in 2018. Organic market side spring mix package salad recall. You know where they say it's been washed 3 times and all this and all that? You know what? I still wash it. McCain Foods hash brown recall. I wouldn't eat that. Almond Breeze milk. There's some in the refrigerator right down the hall.
Mm-hmm.
The almond milk got recalled. And then even the beer. What about this beer? Stella Artois?
Mm-hmm.
Stella
Stella Artois.
Is that how they say it?
Yeah.
Artois. Petridge Farm Golden Free Organic Chicken Nuggets. My guest has consumed all of these foods. Ziggy Bristowski. He's with Yerba Prima. Ziggy, welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. The hits keep on coming, man.
Doc, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fantastic.
Do you hear that? Do you hear that list of recalls, man? All kind of food, right?
I just got on. Usually I listen to the show when you guys open up.
Yeah, CBS. I feel a little vindicated. CBS did a little story on America's surprising food recalls, and I report those on the show all the time because I want to make people aware. We come back, we're going to go to Westchester, going to talk to Hank. He has a question about alcohol and medicine. I started the show today talking about our relationship with alcohol, and I think it's an intriguing relationship. It has even gained the attention of sociologists, social scientists of one stripe or another, psychologists, sociologists, anthropologists. It's been studied, turned over. They even drink over it. Joining the show today. Appreciate it very much. Let's go to Ziggy Brostowski is my guest today. He's waiting in the wings. He's here online. He's live, coast to coast and globally on LTN. Let's go to Westchester. Hank lives in Westchester. Hank, welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition.
Thank you, Dr. Garka. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for asking, man. That was a sincere ask, too.
Yeah, man, I got nothing to lose by being sincere.
That's for sure.
Hey, listen, allow me to first try to answer your question about Spam. It is a processed pork product. It has quite a history. It was used, given for the GIs in their K rations.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. Now, I remember as a Boy Scout, this is back in 1972, April 72, my first camping trip, I had Spam, and I talked to one of my uncles who was a World War II vet, and he says, listen, this is what you might want to think about setting up for your for cooking. So, and Spam was one of the things I had.
And it had its own little can opener, right?
Yeah, it has its own can opener, yep. And now the reason I used Spam is because Scrapple had to be refrigerated. You ever hear of Scrapple?
Yes, I heard of Scrapple. I never had it, but I heard of it.
I tell you, ever come up here to Pennsylvania, I'll take you out for a Scrapple breakfast.
Well, I'll probably sit there and watch you eat it.
Yeah, okay. It's good. Trust me. The only thing I would ask is that you try a piece of it.
Oh, with scrambled eggs, maybe.
Yeah, with eggs, and I like mine with home fries with onions.
So let me ask my guest, Ziggy, are you relating to this? Zig.
Yes, I'm here.
Are you relating to what Hank is saying about scrapple and eggs and all that stuff? Have you eaten that kind of food?
I mean, I eat a lot of eggs.
But no, you don't eat Spam or scrapple?
Spam.
Oh, jeez. What alcohol? What was on your mind about alcohol, Hank?
Well, the question. I'm sorry for the diversion.
No. I appreciate your tutorial on Spam. You know more about it than I do.
I tell you, Spam and Scrapple, nothing like it. Nothing like tear gas too. My question is about the alcohol. I can remember about 30 years ago, I was living on my own, shared an apartment with another fellow. So it turned out he was an alcoholic, and I didn't know it. I had left. I had a cold and was using an over-the-counter cold relief medicine, Dayquil, NyQuil, or something.
Right.
Well, here I came home to the apartment, and here it was gone. It turned out that his social worker or counselor had hidden the substance from the over-the-counter medicine from my roommate, and then later on told me that it contains alcohol.
Yes.
Now, which leads me to the question, and I'm misunderstanding or going too far with this. If alcohol is such an evil, which you would even see in the Second Great Awakening in American history, that why is it used in medicine?
That's a good question. Why they put it in medications? I'm not sure about that. Honestly, I don't know. I've never looked into that. I know that some of the pharmaceutical companies and the OTCs that they make, over-the-counter products, have now moved away from that because the public is I guess the research has told them that the public is not comfortable with that. It's not. That's a great question, Hank. I honestly don't know the answer to that.
It seems to me, now understand I'm a layman. I know more about mechanics and radio communications than I do medicine. So this, we all have our own calling or specialty. It seems to me that when you take something such as Dayquil, NyQuil, or something like that, an over-the-counter medicine, which has for cold relief, which has alcohol in it, you would the alcohol helps relax you, and then whatever other substances are in the over-the-counter medicine would help relieve the symptoms.
I just don't know. I really will have to look and see. That's a good question. I'll try to find out. I know that Ziggy's at the airport, Hank, and he's got to get on a plane, and I got to grab him before they throw him off the plane. Zig, you doing okay? He is at the airport.
No, I can hear you, Doc.
Okay. You don't want to talk to me?
Spam and eggs, jeez. Ugh.
No.
Sounds like a lot of salt.
Spam and eggs, brother. Spam.
Spam.
It's like something my great-great-great-great-grandfather.
Oh, what are you talking about, man? You probably had some over the weekend.
Spam. Oh.
Yeah.
No,
Spam's rough.
Hey, ham in a can?
Ham in a can.
Yeah, I'll pass.
You'll pass?
I have a question about fiber and the keto diet. So
What's the question?
the question
Ask
is
away. I'm down. Listen, I'm down 50 pounds almost.
all right. So my question is, does the fiber kick you out of keto?
No.
Yeah, Gary, you got to remember, like fiber, the carbs are, they're like non-existent. So if you're taking a fiber supplement that has 7 carbs in it, there's 7 grams of fiber. It's 0 net carbs.
Oh.
As a matter of fact, one of the side effects of a ketogenic diet is constipation for some people.
Listen, I work for a fiber company, and I've been having issues since I'm down 50 pounds in 9 weeks, and
50 pounds. You've lost 50 pounds in 9 weeks.
Yeah, Doc, if you pay attention to my Facebook, you would see it. I'm looking slim and trim, brother.
Find him on Facebook. I want to see Ziggy slim and trim. That's about
Gary,
6.
show him the picture of me in New York the other day.
Is that about 6 pounds a week? 9 6s are 54. They taught me in Catholic school.
Yeah, I've been crushing it. A lot of swimming, eating right.
Well, we got to talk about this. What time's your plane take off?
Not for an hour, so we're good.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll have you. All right. Gary's trying to find your new Facebook post, the new and improved, slimmed down, reduced version of Ziggy Bristowski. What inspired this weight loss campaign?
I was just in Mexico with a extremely attractive, good-looking lady, and I just didn't want to look like a slob there.
Okay. There you are. My goodness.
Motivation.
Your head looks proportional to your body now. You look good there, Zig.
I appreciate it.
Your
Doc.
clothes look so baggy.
You need to get some tailored those pants. No, man, you need to get some clothes that fit now.
I'm in the middle zone. I can't buy new clothes yet.
All right, you got to wait. We come back. We're going to talk to Ziggy. There's might be some breaking news from Yerba Prima too. They're always trying to come up with new products as long as they've been around still. And he's been on this keto diet, and he's a fan of it. I think it has its purpose. I think it can be very effective, but you got to make sure that you take care of yourself. We'll talk about that. Fiber becomes an important component. One of the side effects of ketogenic diet is constipation. We don't want that. We'll be back. LTN, Coast to Coast and globally. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Thanks for tuning in, starting off the week with us. So much fun to be here with you, literally. I enjoy it. We work hard at it. We're trying to do the best we can to keep you in touch, up to date, current, with what's going on in the world of health, wellness, and well-being, and generally medicine, and in particular nutrition. And that's a point of view of the show, that nutrition is the driving force. It is the driving force of health, wellness, and well-being. Improper nutrition, I don't care what else you're doing, your health and wellness and well-being will be undermined. That's not hard to get there. And last hour, I opened up the show talking about this new study saying that even moderate drinking, not a good idea, puts you at risk for stroke and heart attack. And yeah. And that we talked about alcohol, and I was talking about how alcohol is so integrated into the culture, and it's part of cultural evolution. And then we had a caller, Hank in Westchester, asked the question, and I should have known the answer. My chemistry professor would be mad at me, or at least one of them would. Why do they put alcohol in some of these cold medications? And it didn't dawn on me, and I should have known it. I should have known the answer. The answer is the alcohol serves as a solvent and as a preservative. With respect to a solvent, know this. When one substance dissolves into another, a solution is created, right? When one substance dissolves into another. A solution is this homogeneous mixture consisting of a solute. What's a solute? Dissolved in a solvent. The solute is the substance that's being dissolved, and the solvent is the dissolving medium. So when they put this alcohol in the cold medicine, it's dissolving the other ingredients, and so that they don't settle to the bottom of the bottle. That's why. Should have known. Now, they're trying to use other solvents because apparently the research has told these companies that, general public doesn't like it. That's the answer to your question, Hank. It's a chemistry answer. The things you learn. I mean, he asked a good question, and I didn't put it together quick enough, and I should have. And I was looking at alcohol and culture, and I told Gary that. Well, before I go there, I'm going to have Gary share with you how to make contact with the show like Hank did.
877-897-8255. That's 877-897-TALK. Again, Dr. Garko's personal email is drgarko@letstalknutrition.com. Follow us, like us, and share us on Facebook at Let's Talk Nutrition, on Instagram at Let's Talk Nutrition, and subscribe to that YouTube channel at Let's Talk Nutrition on YouTube, where we're near 65,000 views now.
I was making the point earlier today that humans have always figured out how to make alcohol, beverages of some sort or another. This is a fact. Alcoholic beverages and social attitudes toward drinking are different from culture to culture as you move around the world. And many of you are world travelers, and you know that, and how the alcohol is woven into each culture in its own unique way. It makes it intriguing. It can even be charming and all of those things. Nearly every civilization that's been recorded now has independently of one another, independently, mind you, discovered the processings for what? Brewing beer, fermenting wine, and distilling spirits. What do you make of that? They didn't have the internet. They didn't have teletype or telegraph. They didn't have planes, boats, and whatever. for people to get to connect and share all these things, instantly like we do now. And independent of one another, humans have figured out in these different cultures how to make beer, how to make wine, and how to make spirits. That's why prohibition failed. Humans like alcohol. I report on these studies just to give you the other point of view. I'm not advocating for the abolition of alcohol or that people shouldn't drink alcohol or whatever. Do I think it's risky business to overconsume it? Absolutely. Do I think people can drink in moderation and enjoy themselves? I do. Some of my colleagues would probably be upset at that because they believe that even one drink is deleterious to health, and they would have studies to support that. You still have to live life. You still have to enjoy food, and you have to enjoy your life. And I think, and if I sort of line up, and I sound like a heretic to some people in the world of health. If you're going to have a glass of wine now and again, if that's going to make you die sooner, you know what? Okay, I don't drink anymore at all because of what happened to me, but that's just me. I don't have some of the degrees of freedom that I once had, but I think it's fine. Can you imagine, what would culture be like without wine and alcohol? As bad as it is, as bad as it can be, I should say, and as many lives as it has destroyed, I still think it's part of the, if you will, the human condition. My guest is Ziggy Brestowski. I know I sound like a heretic to some, and some may be upset with me for having that point of view. I don't know. I'm of the belief that the more you try to restrict people, the more they will try to disobey. Ask any parent raising children. Ziggy, welcome back to the show. Any breaking news from Yerba Prima?
We're here. That's breaking news. We're here.
We're here.
Helping people poop one person at a time.
There you go. You guys do a pretty good job with that. You're on you've been on this weight loss campaign. You've lost how many? 60 pounds?
49 pounds.
49 pounds. That's rounded up to 50. And how many weeks?
9.
Almost 6 pounds a week. 5 9s are 45. That's about, you're averaging about 5 pounds and some change a week. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of weight to lose in a week. You can see results right away all the time.
Yeah, I mean, it's good for what I'm trying to do. I mean, obviously, when I get to my goal, I'm going to switch up what I'm doing because it's not something that's sustainable.
It's not sustainable. How does it make you feel psychologically and emotionally to be losing this weight? Can you describe? If that's too personal, you don't have to answer it.
I mean, listen, I feel good. Yeah, I think when.
How do you feel about yourself?
I feel great. I think when anybody does anything, whether it's cosmetic surgery or losing weight or going to the gym, at the end of the day, it's how you feel about yourself. And it's not really a perception of what other people think about you. It's what do you want to do to make yourself feel good?
Can I ask you for a description of that? Now, how do you think about yourself that's really different than when you're 60, 70 pounds overweight?
It's just a matter of looking at yourself in the mirror and just knowing that
do you think
I'm not a big fat slob.
No, I get that. I understand that way of expressing it. Do you think that you look better? Do you think that well, I want to explore that a little bit with you. This is critical. But some may think that eating fiber, consuming fiber while on a ketogenic diet would be a bad idea. I would suggest it's an excellent idea and to use Yerba Prima to help you. Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Ziggy Brestowski is my guest. He's educator for Yerba Prima. Ziggy is at the airport getting ready, going on the road somewhere. I guess, where are you headed, buddy?
Florida.
Oh, you're coming to Florida. Trade show?
No. I got a couple of trainings I have to do.
Oh, good. Trying to get people aware of Yerba Prima. Talking about ketogenic diet that you're on, you lost 50 pounds in 9 weeks. This is pretty good. And you take fiber, and you don't think that that's contrary to, in fact, you find it helpful.
Yeah, I mean, listen, anybody that's doing, keto, paleo, any of these type of diets that are out there, keto is more of a lifestyle change than it is a diet, but they're all deficient in fiber. So a company like us can really help aid you in a lot of that, because you're just getting no kind of fiber really in your diet. You're doing high protein, high fats, and it can cause constipation. So fiber is essential to anything you're really doing. And when people are like monitoring their carbs, calories, anything like that, I mean, fiber's got zero net carbs. You subtract fiber. When you look at, if you look at something that says X amount of carbs, if it's got 10 carbs and it's got 8 fiber, it's really only 2 net carbs when you look at it like that, because the carbs, it's the fiber subtracted from the carbs.
Yeah. Well, given my nature, I always look for the data. I went online and I typed in keto diet fiber. Came across an article. It's on diagnosisdiet.com. And it looks like it's an MD, Georgia Edie, a doctor. She's making an argument, makes no sense to me, that constipation is usually caused by, quoting her, constipation is usually caused by something you are eating, not by something you're not eating, close quote. And she said lack of fiber does not cause, I'm quoting her now, does not cause constipation. In fact, fiber can actually cause constipation. She says, take a look at this 2012 study that proves it. Then she cites this study that was in Gastroenterology, 2012, volume 18, issue 33. It was a 3-page article, pages 4593 to 4596. With all due respect to Dr. Edie, I don't know what she's talking about. I have no clue. I know this. You put somebody on a diet where they're not eating plants in any form. It's primarily a non-plant-based diet. If they're not constipated, then alert the media, because they are unusual. Oftentimes, constipation is caused by what you're not eating. I don't know what she's talking about. Do you, Ziggy?
No. I mean, listen, you've talked about it a bunch of times. If you look at these cultures where they're doing a really high plant-based diet, I mean, look at the issues the non-issues they're having with their health. I mean, it's just, fiber is good for your body. So, I mean, I don't know what she's talking about.
She says plenty of people and animals have eaten mostly meat, all meat diets, and do not suffer from constipation. And plenty of people eat high fiber diets and even vegan diets and suffer from constipation. Well, okay, that you'll find that's probably true. But to say that if you're to say that eating fiber, now if you eat a lot of fiber and don't drink water, or take fiber supplements and don't drink a lot of water, you can get constipated. That's true. That is true. It takes fiber and water together. Yes, Zig?
I mean, listen, we say this with any of our products. With any of the fiber you're taking, you should be drinking a lot of water. I mean, period. Water with any fiber.
So she's saying, eating fiber can cause you to be constipated. It's not that the eating fiber, it's eating fiber and not drinking enough water with the fiber so that it can dissolve or absorb water. 2 types of fiber, non-soluble, that breaks down in water in your small intestine, your stomach, and then and then you have the fiber that goes unchanged right into your colon, your large intestine, and that absorbs water to help you form a stool. So you need water with fiber. I'm just saying. I read articles like this. When she writes that, I mean that she's not, constipation is usually caused by something you are eating, not by something you're not eating. What does that mean?
I mean, listen, I just read her other article where the Earth is flat and no one ever landed on the moon either. So,
You had a couple of new products come online with your company, yes?
Yeah, the activated charcoal. It's been absolutely amazing for us. We just launched it just over a month ago, so we've been just finally starting to get the feedback from it, and I have to tell you, it's just an amazing product. I mean, we haven't launched 20 years I've been here. We've had 0 new products in 20 years, with the exception of the charcoal and the moringa that we just launched. And the charcoal has been extremely well received. The feedback's been fantastic. Charcoal's got a lot of really good benefits.
Okay, well, I want to talk about that with you. What's the intention of the product? What is the product? What are the ingredients and so on? This is good. Charcoal has been trending. It was at the Natural Products Trade Show Expo West recently. That plant-based diets, plant-based foods, plant-based this and that was a theme. Charcoal was another big theme. We come back, we'll find out from Ziggy what charcoal is all about. The briquettes. Are we barbecuing? What are we doing here? What do we mean by What do we mean by charcoal? You are listening to Let's Talk Nutrition, coast to coast and globally. Eating fiber will jeez, what are these people saying? Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Ziggy Brestowski is my guest today. They have a new product. It's activated charcoal, yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what's the intention of this product?
I mean, charcoal's got a lot of benefits. You see in hospitals, emergency rooms, they'll use it for people with alcohol poisoning, drug overdoses. But, we're using it. It helps to bind toxins and gas to carry them out of your system so you're less gassy. It's a powerful assist to help detoxify the body. It's just a really good product. I got to tell you, Doc. I mean, I really can't say enough about it. I'm proud to be selling this product to stores and to selling it to our customers. It's just really good. Our bentonite is one of our best sellers, and I really think this goes hand in hand as far as like a detoxifier that people want to use. So it's a really good everyday product that people can supplement their diet with.
Consumer Reports, people can go and read it. They have a different take on charcoal. I won't get into the weeds on it. They usually do that, and that's okay. But there's always two sides to the story, and then there's a lot that meet in the middle. They do use it in the ER for people that are, poisoned, suffering from alcohol poisoning or whatever. And it's been used for thousands of years. There's recorded documents and evidence to show that even in Egyptian culture, they used it for odors and whatnot. What are consumers telling you about the product?
I mean, since it's only been out a month, we're just starting to get feedback. But I just had somebody I talked to Friday that called. They were having some serious gas issues, and they started taking the charcoal. And after like 3 days, they were like, "I can't believe it. I'm not having those issues anymore." So simple things like that really makes me feel good about what a great product this is.
Sure, and it's sold in fine health stores throughout the U.S. When they use this, what do they mean? The briquettes that are people using on their grill, those are toxic. We're not talking about that kind of charcoal, are we?
No. I mean, this is made from coconut, and what they do is they burn down the shells. It makes it activated. I mean, I don't want to get into science and bore your audience, but it's similar to bentonite. Like when you take bentonite in a powder form, the magnets, it acts like a magnet to draw the toxins out. When you add the liquid to that, where the water to the bentonite ratio is perfect, that makes that magnet that much stronger. So it's very similar with charcoal. That's why they say activated charcoal. It's not like you can just eat a coconut shell and
yeah. When they say activated, what they mean in a word that the charcoal, in this case you're using coconuts, has been heated or otherwise treated to increase its absorptive ability. In a word, that's what it means, right?
Absolutely.
Right. So this is not, we're not talking about the briquettes that you find that you use in your grilling. Is this in a pill, a powder, or what?
Yeah, we only did it in capsules. We're seeing other companies have it out there in powder. The issue with charcoal is it's extremely messy. It's very light. It's black. It can be dirty. So we thought capsules would be most consumer friendly as opposed to some of the powders that are out there. There's not really anybody that's doing it in capsules. It's in a vegetable cap. So it's fantastic, and if people want to break open the capsules, I mean, a lot of people are adding charcoal to their toothpaste now to help whiten their teeth.
Yeah, I know. They even sell toothpaste with it. Go ahead.
It's good like that. The problem is if you're using it long term, it can take the enamel right off your teeth. So I wouldn't suggest people to use charcoal every day on their teeth, but
No.
certainly if you're going to use it in spots to do it, it's a fantastic product. It's got a lot of benefits. I mean, it's a great product.
Charcoal is activated carbon, isn't it? Or it's also called activated charcoal, but it's activated carbon. and it's carbon that's been processed to have this very small, low-volume pores that increase the surface area, all right? And that makes in the surface area available for adsorption or chemical reactions. So, that's a little bit of the science of it, and that's what we mean by activated. Activated carbon or activated charcoal. It's not the briquettes. Again, 877-897-8255, 877-897-TALK. Where in Florida are you going to be appearing?
Orlando.
Health stores over there, or are you going to be attending that one of those little conferences?
It's a small conference training, and then I'm going to scoot over to Disney.
Which company? Which company?
I mean, do you really want me to...
Yes, what company?
Well, it's for my brokers where we're doing it with a couple health food stores, so it's not really one company we're doing it. Maximum Marketing, who we have as a broker, is a fantastic broker, and they're based down there, so that's pretty much what it's for.
We can plug the health stores. Are you going to be appearing in a health store?
No. It's set up by our broker.
I see. We don't edit like that. We just put it out there. It's okay. It's all right. We don't have any problem with that.
If they're a health food store, is there a way to get a hold of you?
What do you mean?
If they want to start carrying this product themselves, can they get a hold of you, or do they need to go through a broker?
Well, I mean, our products are in. You'd be hard pressed to find our products not in any health food store in the country. I mean, we're in most grocery stores now. We're in some pharmacies. We're in every single.
Yeah, I know. But his question is, if we have somebody, a health store just contacted us, they want to know how to get the product in their store.
YerbaPrima.com. Give me a call. Call Ziggy. He'll set you up. I mean, we use distributors. We don't sell direct, so we can certainly set any health food stores up.
Okay.
Yeah, we have. Believe it or not, Zig, we have health stores that listen to the show. We're trying to help you out here, brother.
You guys are always helping me out.
We're trying to help you, man. So Ziggy's been on a diet. He's lost nearly 50 pounds, 49. Let's round it to 50. He's on a ketogenic diet. He's going to have to wean off of that once he gets to. What's your goal weight, my man?
220.
220. And how much did you weigh when you started?
299.
Oh my God! Oh my. That's a lot of weight. Boy, you're losing a size of an adolescent.
I'm gonna make it happen, Doc. I want to make you proud.
I am. I'm very proud of you. Now you got to keep it off. And then I would suggest a whole food plant-based diet. But of course, now that I said that, I probably just cursed you. We'll be right back.
Want to get at the core issues that make
Earlier in the show today, in the first hour and part of the second hour, I was talking about alcohol consumption. A new study out saying that even moderate drinking, this is not new news. It's just one more study to make the argument that alcohol consumption can be deleterious to one's health. And there's some studies that one study I reported on a few weeks back saying that based on the findings, the researchers said 0 alcohol consumption. There is no safe amount. Other studies say moderate drinking, 1 to 2 drinks a day. You have American Cancer Society, the American Heart Association, other health organizations saying that that's fine, that's okay. Okay, it's okay, whatever. The fact of the matter is that alcohol is here. It's here to stay. It's not going anywhere. It's integrated into cultures. And people have to figure out the best choices for them, and whatever that may mean. Here's the question, though. They did a study between 2006 and 2010, the data. I think the findings still hold for today, though. And they figured out that, they were trying to calculate, I got this from the CDC, Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. They were trying to determine how many deaths were attributable to excessive, notice my language, please, excessive alcohol consumption. How many deaths occurred between 2006 and 2010 that were associated with excessive alcohol consumption? 22,000, 44,000, or 88,000. I should tell you that there's a metric called potential life lost each year. That's called a YPLL. They calculated 2.5 million years of potential life lost each year in that study between 2006 and 2010. That's a lot of lives. So how many deaths? 22,000, 44,000, or 88,000 deaths during that time frame?
877-897-8255. That's 877-897-TALK. Doc, I got an email. Can I read it real quick?
Yeah.
April's Esophageal Cancer Awareness Month. Esophageal cancer is about 5 new cases and 4 cases of death per 100,000 people.
Yep.
The average age range is between 65 and 74, and the cancer affects more men than women.
That cancer, not cancer generally.
Yes, and that was from Mary Ann. She sent that in to us today.
Esophageal Cancer Awareness Month. I didn't know that. Thank you, Mary. We learned from you. That's why we like you to contact us and make us aware of these kinds of facts. I can't know everything and do everything and need help. I don't have an army of people working with me, Me
and you, brother.
And
Steve, too.
And the listener and the viewer. So we rely on you to help us. I'm privileged to have you help us. Gary, thank you for doing that. Zig, so the charcoal product is doing great. The consumers are liking it. You still have all your traditional products, all your fiber-based products. I just can't tell you how fundamental fiber is to good health. I mean, we've talked about that a million times. Why are people resistant to the idea? Some people are just resistant to it.
I think people are so, when they look at fiber, they're just thinking, colon cleanse. They're thinking, bathroom. They're thinking toilet.
Yeah.
They really need to get out of that mindset. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, everything starts, with digestive health, from the food you're eating to everything. So, I think younger people are out of that mindset now, and I think everybody needs to just jump on board. I mean, fiber equals a healthy life.
We, in this culture, and our culture in the United States generally, and in our food culture specifically, this is not the truth be told. If it were otherwise, I would report it. It is not a plant-based food culture in this country. It is not. There are some that eat a plant-based diet, but most do not. This diet in our culture is a highly processed food culture. It's a highly processed food culture. It is. That is the truth. I mean, walk into a grocery store. You have the vegetable, you know, the section where they sell the fruits and vegetables, right? Look at the rest of the store. I'm just saying. And that's the way we eat in this culture. And I don't care what that doctor that I quoted earlier says, that eating fiber will make you constipated. Yes, if you don't drink water, that can happen. But even if you don't drink enough water, if you eat a plant-based diet, there's a lot of water in the vegetables and the fruit. It's helpful. But you need to still drink water. And if you don't want to eat a diet that's plant-based, then you need to get fiber into your diet, and that's where Yerba Prima comes in. Your best-selling fiber product is?
Psyllium.
Psyllium husk.
Psyllium whole husk, psyllium powder, psyllium caps. Take your pick.
Take your pick. And how much water do you recommend drinking with the psyllium?
As much as you can get down. I mean, water's great for you. I mean, you know, everyone's different. Couple glasses, you know.
8 ounce. What is it? What's the 8 ounce glasses a day? Or yeah, that's usually holds pretty good. People drinking 2 gallons a day and whatnot. I don't know about that. I'm not sure that that's necessary. I couldn't do it. My God, I'd be in the bathroom all day long.
I mean, listen, when you're as fit as you are, Doc, and looking at his hands.
Oh, please,
you know,
stop it.
All you need is a couple cups.
I was on the gym. I went to the gym this weekend. That'll tell you, because I've been so busy with school and stuff and my coursework, which has been just consuming. I have to do catch as catch can. I'm trying to catch up. So I'm on it, though. Congratulations on losing this weight. Now you're going to have to learn to keep it off and not get back to almost 300 pounds. Right?
Never again. Never again.
Never. I'm going to hold you to that. We got this date. What's the date today, Gary? Today?
It was the 8th.
The 8th. April 8th, 2019. Never again. You're now on tape. We got you. We're going to hold you to that.
Love you guys.
We're going to hold you to that, brother.
We love you, man.
We're going to hold you to it.
We'll talk to you guys soon.
Take care of yourself, okay? Yerba Prima. Reach for Yerba Prima. The fiber products are great, sold in fine health stores throughout the U.S. Check out their charcoal product. They have other products in their lines as well, in their line of supplements. You are listening and watching Let's Talk Nutrition today, where your health is your wealth, and your health is the wealth of those that care about and love you.
Everyone's raving about the newest botanical superstar hit